You were closed until Papa Joe Mama showed up.
I have to frop. Fuck.
You got your vape?
Fuck! I didn't frop. Fuck!
You got your tuberculosis.
Fuck!
I don't vape anymore.
Fuck!
I'm badass like that.
Tammy, but I can never. Tammy. She's cool, but I can never remember how to spell her name. Whether it's like Tammy with like 2 E's, or Tammy with a Y, or Tammy with an I, or Tammy with an I with a heart for the little dot, or Tammy with an I and it's a little smiley face for the dot over the I.
Sounds like he's a lesbian.
I think it's actually Tam.
It's 10, but we're going to start the show after I get a beer. How about that?
Is it time for the show?
Sure.
I mean, it is technically time for the show, but it's not the show time for the show. It's just literally time for the show. Lowercase letters.
I'm going to see if it's on the radio.
But this is not in between the words.
This is not the show. This is the cold open. And speaking of cold opens, I'm going to open this cold beer before I actually start the show. That's okay with you.
You can't drink on Canadian radio.
Yeah, man. You're setting a bad example for the kids.
Not with that attitude.
What if you're from Ontario and you've never been exposed to drinking before, and now you're listening to this show and you're hearing about alcohol for the first time?
Please, will you just let me open this beer so we can start the show? Jesus Christ.
I'm just trying to think of
I need to take a nice swig.
Children.
Actually, keep talking while I drink this.
I didn't like the response.
Canada is America's Vermont.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Canada is like making friends with China and just waiting for us to slip up.
They're in the bridge.
That, don't I?
Didn't you hear that they built a bridge from America to Canada, and inside it's just a bunch of frozen Chinesemen from head to toe. You can cram a lot of them in there.
They need to make it on the cheap.
Oh, I thought you were saying they need to make too.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part of the
bridge
show.
On the cheap, and Irishmen were too expensive.
Are we doing the show now?
I'm about to play the theme music. If
you already did it.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we don't want to talk over the song. That would detract from how this operation is handled.
I'm professional.
Oh,
there's proper procedures.
Right, you sons of a guns! It's time for the show.
That's how he's doing it. This whole time. The whole time I was gone, that's how he did it. I guess Germans would like it.
Heed the word of Rubik's Cube. It is time for the show. They're playing the theme song right now.
Oh, you're playing the theme song. I couldn't hear the song.
Yeah, you can't hear the song.
You can't.
I can't hear any of the music. Are you playing music?
Yeah, it's the bridge. Broadcasting live from Super Sphere Media Empire, established 1 year before Hypercube ripped me off. See what I did there? It is time for the show. You're listening to it on Freethink Radio. Wow, this theme song's really long.
Yeah, I would hate to tell the engineer what to do. I wouldn't even want to bother him with like a mild suggestion. I mean, I don't know nothing about sound and no boards, my boy.
Who's your blind eye piece?
It's Pete.
Whiskey Pete?
Almost
It's
beat.
time for the show, January 9th, in the year of our Lord 2023. Dr. Fox
That was a good catch.
over there.
That was a
Peas
good catch.
is
I'm
over
over here.
there.
Hi, Peas.
I'm
don't know.
also over there. And
None of us are together for the show, but we're all here.
Yeah. In the super sphere.
Yes, it's a spiritual manifestation of whimsy.
Of sphereness.
And this is
It's
my
the show.
favorite part of the show.
Is the
It's
theme song
beginning
still
of the
playing?
show.
Now, a
where
lot of people
even
reach
though
out to me and ask, they
we
go,
have
why?
been doing
I can't hear
sound
the theme
checks
song.
for the
Why is-
last half hour talking to each other. No, go ahead.
Why
Peas.
is
Keep
this
talking
show-
over me.
Here's the thing. Well, I'm going to just
Then
throw
I
on
get
because here's the
to
thing.
ask everybody else.
It sounds
People
better
wonder
now,
how
Peas.
they're
why the
As
super
if-
sphere
Because
is
it
being
sounds
used
better.
for the
Haven't been
recording.
talking.
Is the reality is the
Entire
Hypercube is using all its
time.
energy to make the great Hypercube movie, and
This
so we had to move to this
Entire
mediocre sphere
time.
to continue to get the message, the sweet
The
message out to you, our listener,
entire
and Canadians.
time.
Let's listen to Fit. He's saying something now. For
Time.
sure it's going to be hilarious.
Time.
Yeah. Here it comes.
Time. Time for the
It's
show.
going to be so funny. It's gonna,
I think my mic sounds like shit again. Let me mute myself and then listen to the stream so it doesn't time warp, because it's not that part of the show yet, which is my favorite part of the show.
Oh, you're going to
So,
go listen to the show?
Yeah,
Let me
Peas
know
and
if it's
Fox,
good.
why don't you do your
But
do
I
that
mean,
bit
this
where
guy
you
knows
guys are
what-
like morning
You know,
show DJs named
if you were going to get a wig, would you get a regular hair wig or would you get an afro wig, Good Julie?
I'd hot
I
glue a
just
merc
said-
into my head. Yeah, you're trying to
Dr.
do
Fox
something,
has-
but then at the same time, you're trying to tell jokes.
Dr. Fox has power of attorney to answer any questions that you ask him on my behalf, Peas.
All right, well, Dr. Fox, same question.
I gotta mute myself.
If I was to get you a wig, would you prefer? Like, here's the thing: in the movie Earthquake, there's this dude, and he's got to wear a wig to pretend to be a National Reserveman or something. And you know, he had like afro hair, but that was a wig, and he had another wig, and it was like straight army kind of guy hair. And that let me, for the first time, before that I didn't know you could get different types of hair wigs. And so I'll kind of put them into those two categories. Straight regular hair type of wig, afro wig from, you know, 222 hair wig. And which one would you prefer as perhaps a birthday gift or anniversary present? You know, which kind of wig, hair wig would you prefer?
Earthquake was that movie with Damon Wayans, right?
No. It's so old. It's released in 19. I want to say.
Yeah, I know. I've seen
1773.
it. Yeah, I think it was really handy that when all that was happening, that those guys with those cameras were there. I
Yeah.
think it was it was pretty. It was moving. Get it? Because it's an earthquake.
Good, correct. That is a good reference that you made.
It's a joke there.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
earthquake. Yeah,
Comedy show.
it's based on a
Comedy
true
show.
story.
Well, fictionalized truth.
Well,
which is
I mean, there
good.
are earthquakes, right?
There are, right, and people
Yeah,
probably
Well,
have
yeah,
to wear a
earthquakes are
wig
real.
while they're doing things. So in that sense, probably those things might have happened.
What's the untapped market in the natural disaster movie genre?
Here's the thing that I remember
Dadass.
about the earthquake movie that was the most exciting thing about it is a guy on a motorcycle is going to do a loop-de-loop on this ramp thing, and he doesn't practice run. It doesn't work out too good. They're like, "Hey, don't do it. I got to bet." And he completes the loop-de-loop on the ramp thing right as the earthquake starts.
Put an earthquake on dead ass.
So you don't know, like, would he have made it? Hadn't done it. Then he goes on to, like, save a lot. Since he's a daredevil, there's only like
earthquakes
left, and
are just when
save everybody else.
God does Earth doggy style.
Or can potted meat is on sale at the Piggly Wiggly.
I mean, be honest, if you were God, you would probably get drunk one night and then rape Earth doggy style.
If you like potted meat,
earthquake does start Charlton Heston.
Right, so you know it's a good movie right off the bat. You know, moving in.
Yeah, it's Moses parted Los Angeles, and there was much gnashing and weeping.
We all know why we're here.
It was,
we have a show to do.
It was.
We have to do it.
That Los Angeles got hit with a towering inferno of flame.
Pease is here. Pease joined us tonight. He said Pease got mad at me again because I made. You see, here's the. I do like the doodles. I do the doodles.
Right,
and then I'll draw the doodles, and I had the one of Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon had Fid Chuli and Dr. Fox in a vice-like grip and crushing them before obviously slamming them down on a desk. But Pease,
I'd like to be slammed.
Pease, who's logged in as the Time for the Show account, asks where he is. They're like, where am I? And of course, Pease is in the picture. Pease is right in the middle of the picture. But
of the Time for the Show icon.
I guess my artistic integrity has been tarnished.
I just like to be included in any kind of dramatic event.
So to correct this, and to make sure that it never happens again, I will never draw again. I have thrown away all of my pencils and crayons. I've sold my stock in the Crayola company. I'm out. So no more doodles. But Beast is here. Are you enjoying your? Let's see. What did I say earlier? You were sipping a Tom Collins, or was it a Boxcar Betty? I bet you're throwing back a Suffering Bastard, right?
It sounds misogynistic, but I'm having a Suffering Bastard. You know what? What is a Suffering Bastard? I bet you they drank those in that movie Earthquake.
You don't have to be a woman to be a bastard, Pease. There's nothing misogynistic about it.
To suffer.
A suffering bastard. That poor suffering bastard. Woe be upon them, Pease. Bring upon them tidings of great joy and charisma and handsomeness, Pease. But I'm glad you're back. Welcome back to the show. We kept your bench warm.
Wasn't the Suffering Bastard Pease's wrestling name? All right, we got a show to do, guys. Let's.
Yeah, I don't have the time. Somebody, hey, if you're listening to the show, Photoshop that, please.
You out there, Scalpod? All right. As usual, I have not read the show notes because I like to read them with the audience for the first time together, instead of reading them ahead of time and then actually having a game plan. Why don't we just make this about us?
You're merely pertaining to tradition at this point, Fid.
I thought that the reason that you didn't read them is because you really enjoyed going to this bar full of former incels recently become lesbians and watch them play the drums on the banjo.
Well, that is the problem. Monday nights are open mics.
My
at
name's
a bar
Tammy.
right across the street from me. Okay, but every other Monday is acoustic night, and it's lesbians playing quarter notes on Djembes night.
So they could potentially be former incels.
It doesn't look to me like they're
pre-trans
trying
incels.
very hard to get anybody to like them in any way whatsoever, let alone sexually.
Is that because of the quarter notes? That seems an aggressive note.
I'm just saying, if you're working with the djembe, you gotta give me something more than just dink dink doink dink dink doink doink dink dink doink doink dink dink doink dink doink doink. All right, technically those are eighth notes, but
No, that was grooving there for a second there, Chili. But again, you are the master of drumming.
maybe you're a lesbian.
Maybe I am. I could be if I wanted to.
Well, that's the problem with having
You can't
the show
stop
on
me.
Monday nights,
First
because
of all, let's be really clear.
I always go out there first.
You can't stop me. If I decide to be one, you can't stop me.
Not with that attitude.
No,
I'll come over there and stop you.
I already
I'll show
got
you
the
how much
name.
of a lesbian you are.
Call me Francis. I'm gonna read to children at libraries.
Well, that's why you're right, Peace. That is why I don't read the show notes before the show, like the
Gonna work at
professional that I
7-Eleven.
truly am.
From
Because
11
I'm
o'clock
over
tonight,
at
till
Lesbians
7 in the
playing quarter
morning.
notes on Djembe's open mic across the street. By the time I get back here for sound check, I'm good and tooled up. I've had some dinkies.
like
Yeah.
at least
And,
every session, there's got to be some there who just jumps up there and like goes, Dale, Dale, some lad come and me one. And that's got to be like the highlight of the evening, right? You're gonna
I'm
make
so
friends
glad
if you
you're
do
back.
Hey-o, dykes like you make me want to go down. Because that's what they
Just
like.
think-
They like to be gone
I
down
just
on.
think that would be the highlight.
I thought from your perspective it was going down on like a 12 gauge shotgun.
I do, I'm not for that. Although I think it's very important. I'm more prone to be on one side of that issue than the other. And if I'm on the right side of it, I guess I don't care. But if I'm on the wrong side of that issue, then I'll be
Left
bothered
side.
by that. Because, well, the downside, the barrel side is the wrong side. The butt side is the correct side to be on in the shotgun issue.
Yeah, that was my problem. I kept trying to shoot myself in the head, but I was pointing the wrong direction. Officer, it was an accident.
If
All
only-
five of them.
If only Kurt Cobain had been able to self-help how to shoot yourself with a shotgun. But
Yeah, and
we
if
all
only
know that
Courtney Love was standing right behind him.
was- kept that tome, best book ever written. Could have saved Washington State a lot of money with euthanasia laws and stuff. Yeah, she suppressed it. She suppressed it.
I told a Nirvana cover band that if Kurt Cobain could see this show, he'd kill himself. And you can too. Go on out there, kids. They're everywhere.
Actually, I promised in the chat earlier that I was going to kill myself live on the air tonight.
It's
But I'm going to tease that. I'm
When
going to
it-
save it
yeah.
to the end
tonight,
so that
though.
everybody
Yeah,
listens.
Tonight.
save it for when we start our Twitch account.
Tonight, when? When is tonight? Tonight could be any time at all in the future
Well-
or the past.
You'll know when it happens.
They'll say, why didn't you think Finn was serious when he threatened to hurt himself on the radio? Well, because
All
I've
right,
seen
guys,
Finn
we're
really hurt himself so many
57
times.
minutes in. We're
We are
57
not.
minutes into the show.
No,
And I didn't even get to read the first line of the show notes.
20 minutes worth of apologies to do, Peas.
Shut up. We're not. Oh, you're liars. It's only 19.
Yeah, you do. You have to make up for those weeks. You don't want to start the year on in apology debt.
You guys still do apologies? What did you do when I wasn't on the show?
Constantly making up for your lack of apologies.
I think the first week.
Wait! What do you mean? What did we do? I've put everything we've done out on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/hypercubego. Surely you're subscribed, Peas. You didn't listen. You didn't listen to the last show? Of course you did. It must be some drug-induced alcoholic stupor that you must have fallen into. I forget. It's shame on me for blaming you for not remembering that you listened to the shows on YouTube that we did. But no, we spent most of the time just talking about how handsome you were. Handsome.
That's what I remember about the shows. So it seems like we're in sync on that. No need to go back and check now.
Handsomest boy. Are there notes?
For a show? Fitz says he has some. I didn't see any. I gotta try and sit up.
Dr. Fox made show notes and sent them to me. But I haven't read them yet.
My favorite part of the show.
Did I mention that already? Well, line 1 of the show notes. That seems like a good place to start. It says bleak
how the Hebrews did it.
Okay.
Line 2 says time for the show 206. Line 3 says Fid, do not read this part on air. Line 4 is blank. Line 5 is blank. Line 6 says Fid, read this on air. Line 7, TFTS Relays 010923. Line 8, Lesbians playing quarter notes on Djembes. Line 9 is blank. Line 10 says Cube News. Line 11 is 12 hyphens in a row. Line 12 says, you have qualified. Line 13 says, Hypercube Awareness Campaign. Line 14, sock design. Line 15, movie news. Line 16 is blank. Wait a second. Do you have Cube News?
Yeah.
I think you covered it. We're all good.
Well, what's the deal with the socks? I want some socks.
So, yeah.
4-dimensional socks.
Some people were interested in the socks, and so I have to come up with a design for that. But it's going to be, the way it'll work is that
we get me. One. You said you were never drawing anything ever again, and now you got to make these fucking socks.
Exactly.
And you can't fucking draw. You're ruined. This is bullshit now. Everything is fucked up.
I need help from the kids because I've sworn off all artistic endeavors for the history of forever.
Thank God.
In perpetuum, in perennium. Help me come up with a design for the socks.
Sounds like a legal term.
And you
I believe it's in perineum.
Come rock your socks over at the Discord, where that ties into the earlier note that you have qualified for line 2, the Hypercube Awareness Campaign, where we will start pushing that Discord, because line 4 on my subsection of section 3, does Bleak Gork its own section, or is that a title? The movie news. So I wanted to let all the kids at home know that I have gotten a good chunk of our Act 1 segment together, and Dr. Cosmac has been working on those special effects shots. We got to see some secret pictures, and boy howdy and a half, they're looking good. But there is a part near the end of the movie that I will need help with. and I won't necessarily need anyone's help, but I will need your help. If you're listening to this show, you're probably already aware of just how amazing everything we do is. And there's a part where you can help me in this
amazing
filmmaking endeavor, and you could be in the movie. So if you want to find out, go to hypercubego.com and click the Discord button and join the Discord. Because I think it's a little early to say it, but according to Dr. Cosmac, I'm currently working on scenes 12 through 16, and then I'll be doing a revision on 17. But it sounded to me from Dr. Cosmac that up to scenes 52 we're ready. So Act 2 seems laid out, and Fid and I got to watch some of our footage the other day for what we're going to be using in the film, and it was all candid. It's looking good. It's looking good. Now I just got to do something with all this Peas footage. So go to discord.hypercubego.com. Join now.
Forget about it. I'm never going to let the movie see the light of day.
Oh, it's going to be great. We're going to tour it across the country. We're going to
bus into
we're going to go to abandoned
tapes.
Parking lots and creepy old shopping malls.
Make it look like an accident.
Drag
I know
queen,
Jeffrey Epstein's
clubs.
nephew.
We'll show time for the movie. Time for the show, the movie, to everyone. Everyone shall see this glorious piece of art.
I'm going to watch it.
That's Cube News. That's enough time. Is there another part of the show that I like?
The Time for the Show movie. It's going to suck just the way you like it.
Oh, don't give it away.
That's the tagline, right?
Cup your balls full of fun. It's a movie. But I feel like maybe that logo is too lesbian specific.
Logo.
Well, what do you call it? Would you call it a meme? A verbal meme? What do you call a verbal meme?
Now, if Pease is going to ask so many questions, maybe we should go to the next part of the show. Because I think it's
line 16 in the notes is blank, but line 17 does say Pease O box. What is the Piezo box?
That's where the kids write letters. Then they send them in. What's that? What's the next line under that?
Line 18 is a bunch of hyphens.
Line
19 says email at timefortheshow.com.
Yeah, I found out that still works.
Send stuff.
Yeah, it still works. You can use it. I checked it today. It was full.
Yeah, stop faxing.
Was there anything there?
Shit.
There was no good stuff. Just Elvis Martini asking for favors.
We here at Time for the Show are trying to reduce our carbon footprint by eliminating our fax service.
I'm primarily
beginning
making you
February
do all the work.
of 2023. Our fax number will no longer take your viewer mails. Be advised. Be warned. Be scared. Our fax service is being discontinued.
Stop.
Line 20 in the show notes is blank. Line 21 says, Dear show, when is the best time to brush your teeth? And that's from Jill Biden of Cosby, Maryland.
Before they're removed.
I was going to say during sex, because the only thing more boring than cleaning up after yourself is just general upkeep after that.
That's a good idea. What they should do, and it's going to be my new sex toy invention, and when I get done doing show tonight, I'm going to map this out. It is going to be a dildo on one side and then two bristles on the other side, and you brush your teeth while pleasuring your partner with the dildo side of it. And you need a catchy name for it. Pump and brush, or, take it and clean it.
Pump and, okay, we got pump and brush. And then so I just use my pump and brush, and I spit on her face, and it's minty fresh.
Boy, is my girlfriend happy with me?
I did the joke. Joke.
I think there's a lot of jokes there. We'll have to work on it.
I did the good one
there. Well,
I mean, think of all the time you're going to save. You can jack off, and then you don't even have to rinse off because everything is wintergreen fresh.
There's a water pick joke in there.
We said fresh twice now.
We said, we haven't used the word moist. And I think
Fox,
that needs to belong. If you want it to be a really good joke, it needs to have moist in there when you're talking about different things like we are. A 2-in-1 product that the world's been waiting for.
I bet you called me, Fox.
I bet you
I had an applause sample queued. And if I would have just played that after I said it, it wouldn't have mattered that we said fresh twice. Because mine would have got a laugh. So yeah,
I'd rather
that one's on me.
I'd rather masturbate than evacerate. So let's move it on.
All right.
It's not the same without the air horn.
Line 25 is blank. Line 26. Dear show, every time I see a picture of Chevy Chase, I feel a deep boiling feeling inside of my lower intestines that makes me want to expel every last drop of stomach acid in my body. Is this love? Line 32 is blank. Line 33 says that is from Dia Arthur of No Relation, Iowa.
Yeah, she's just too close to Baltimore.
Yeah, it's a lovely town, but I think it's all the minerals in the water that really start to get to you there. You gotta boil everything there.
Do you think she means Chevy Chase the person or Chevy Chase the place? And how can there be a place called Chevy Chase and a guy called Chevy Chase Place? Like, would you put up with a friend whose name was like New York or hey Orlando? No, dude, you wouldn't. Oh, I'm Tampa Bay Pete. Go fuck yourself. But we let this guy call himself Chevy Chase. And is the town because of him?
Yeah.
Do you want to really know on the level?
I want to know on the level, you fucker. Yeah.
He sounds like the loan officer at a car dealership.
Yeah, you tell me on the level, Chewie.
I'll get you out of here.
I'm not even going to try to make a joke. I think there's a hill in Scotland, an ancient hill called Chevy Chase.
Is there like 57 Chevy up there or something?
Yes, the Vikings carved it themselves.
It's a Ravens fan club. It's a Ravens bar in Scotland.
Well, how come this woman is having a visceral reaction to the visage of Chevy Chase? I think she's talking about the actor.
And not the city.
Are you sure about that, though?
We're not. That's why I'm saying it's a confusing question.
You know what? I think you're right. Well, she is talking about the city of Chevy Chase, and I'm going to marshal all of our viewers to send dozens of postcards.
Like there's
Chevy
a
Chase
city called
Dia Arthur of No Relation, Iowa.
Called Newport News, and there's a newspaper in Newport News, and guess what it's fucking called? Newport News. Now, how's that make any fucking sense?
I don't know. They should all go fuck themselves.
Newport News. The news of Newport News of the day. Dude.
Line 35.
They can save so much money on ink by just going to the Newport News.
Right, but they know, because that's the name of the city.
But they're using a whole extra character on every page.
That's why it's the Newport News.
I don't think it's appropriate that a tobacco company should have their own newspaper.
Correct. And that's because I was
Think about the children.
exactly right.
What if,
What about the children?
well, what
The
about
children going to get their menthol smoked now, man?
Speaking of the children, line 35 of the show notes says, "Dear show, what is the best show on PBS to watch while using my new penis lengthening apparatus?" Line 39 is blank, and line 40 says that was from Squibble O'Hanrahan of Newsnot, Oregon.
My first response
Good one,
was going to
Fox.
be Barney. My first one was going to be Barney, but on reflection now, I'm going to go with the Who News Review, New Zoo Review, which actually was a PBS show.
Is Barney
with,
on PBS?
The frog, because no, Barney wasn't on PBS. That's why I'm excluding him from being the correct answer. But the New Zoo Review that's the answer to this query.
there's two answers for this.
Freddy the Frog.
Yeah, you can for me, 1, Zoobly Zoo, or 2, Bob Ross, because he will constantly remind you to use nice even strokes.
Okay.
That helps when you're going dry.
For me, Squibble O'Hanrahan of Newsnot, Oregon.
Oh,
It's
that's
really
where you
different
think
for
your
everybody.
joke is?
You just heard Peas and Fox give different answers, and for me, it's a different answer too, because there's that warning on the side of the penis lengthening apparatus box that says not to put more than this amount of weight on it and not to use it for more than this many of hours at a time. But I
Or
go
to
hard
use-
with everything I do, I
And
push
it also
the limit.
says it
And,
should say not to
because I
use
tend
with
to
gravel,
overdo it,
but it doesn't.
The PBS show that I watch when I'm using my penis lengthening apparatus is the Banana Splits.
The Banana Splits, again, not a PBS show, but good one.
Fuck you, Peas.
Okay.
I'm going to say that as a friend.
Yeah, fucking Mr. Rogers.
I'm going to insert line 40.5 in the show
fucking
notes.
Zoo,
It says,
You got
"Fid
Electric
apologizes
Company,
to
you
Peas."
got New Zoo Review, and that's pretty much it, dude. That's your fucking choices. And you start throwing fucking Hanna-Barbera,
Yeah, actually, Johnny Quest is
Squid
my
Man and the Squid
Zoobly
and the
Zoo.
Sea
the Banana
Monsters.
Splits isn't
Magic
on.
and wonder are waiting for you.
This is why you don't get. This is why you don't get. My favorite. You know what?
Zoobly Zoo.
Squidman and the Sea Monsters was the best show.
Oh, Marty Croft. Sid Croft.
What? I think they're like brothers. They might be sisters now. I think they did The Matrix.
Yeah, they did that squid-themed opera, Kala Maria.
Yeah. Calamara.
Yes, Pete,
All right,
that's
we're locking it in. Go fuck yourself, Squibble O'Hanrahan of Newsnot, Oregon. Even though I love saying your name, I want to fuck your name after the show.
You're not
Especially
gonna
that
be able to get
O
on the
right in the
radio.
middle of it. The O'Hanrahan. I'm gonna widen that O out. It looks like a zero
Listen,
in my
take a
notepad
lesson
app.
from Rush.
I'm gonna make it nice and round.
You can't be on Canadian radio if you're gonna swear.
I'm going to go
That's
Comic
what-
Sans on your Times New Roman.
That's
Podcast.
the lesson you can learn from Canadian rock band Rush.
Line
Not
41 of the show
Canadian.
notes is blank. Line 42 says hyphen resolutions hyphen. Line 43 is 11 hyphens in a row. Line 44. What's your New Year's resolution, Fid? So I guess one of you is supposed to ask me that.
640
According to
by
the notes.
800.
But you asked it. I don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to repeat
Yeah.
ourselves on air.
Well, which one of you is
Because
Fid? And then who
Then
did
you would say, okay, ask me, I'll be fit. Ask me what my resolution is. Go ahead, ask me.
Okay.
Ask
Well, am I Peas?
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Sounds good. Ask
Okay.
Me, I'm fit. I'm fit. Ask me my resolution.
All right, you're Fid and I'm Peas. All right, ready?
Right. All right.
Action.
Ready. Ask me.
Duh! Hey, Finn, what's your New Year's resolution?
My resolution is 640 by 800.
That is a horrible resolution.
All right, I have to get a beer. Don't
Get
ask
one
me
from
that
Peas.
My
Apparently, he's got plenty.
You know what? When I asked Fox to ask me that question earlier today in the show, because I had something chambered for my response, this isn't what I had planned. I'm adding this to what Peas is going to apologize for later. All right, you guys talk. I have to get a beer.
Okay, what's your New Year's resolution, Fid?
You know what? I'm going to tell you why I don't want to do the one that I had planned to do anymore once I get back from getting this beer. Ask Peas what his New Year's resolution is. Tell him it's for
Peas.
me. I'm asking.
Peas, I'm Fid. I'm going to ask you what your New Year's resolution is, but you're Peas this time, okay?
Okay.
Okay. What's your New Year's resolution, Peas? Come on, you've had a week to think about it.
I can't. I don't want to think of funny things right now. Because if you think of a funny thing, then I'll laugh.
Oh, don't worry. We never come up with anything that makes anybody laugh on this show.
No, that's not.
Hey, Peas, put your microphone a little bit closer to your dick sucking hole.
Here's the thing. You
You're
really
dropping
should
out
have
a little
permission to. You should have permission to listen to this show anyway.
Yeah, that's what he told
to
Carrots earlier. Carrots brought him
Carrots
brought him a tray of whiskey sours, and he said, "You need to get out of here because you're not smart enough to listen to the show."
That's not what
He said, "You are not intelligent enough." He stood up. I heard him do it. He stood up and he held his hand just above his head and said, "You must be this smart to ride the show." And then he sat back down, and he just, you know, those stirring straws they give you to mix your melted ice with your fancy cocktail. Well, he drinks his drink through the little straws. I heard him do it. What's your New Year's resolution, Peace?
And everybody was just laughing and going, "Peas, you're so funny." And it was going to be a big fight until you said that. Good joke, Peas. And that's basically what went down, Fox.
Well, I think that one bitch still owes you money. But don't act on it yet. You can come to collect on it later.
Yeah.
What's your New Year's resolution, Fid?
No more curlers.
You know, I think my New Year's resolution is to lobby the LGBT community because I'm an ally.
Are you?
And I think I have a good idea for the community.
Then why'd you leave the T and the +2 out? Why'd you already segment a whole class of the community out of your acceptance of gratitude discussion.
Well, what I do is I sign language the second half
Fucking oppressor.
Of the initials while I say the first half, because I don't want to project the idea that the second half is any less important. So
Yeah, I
I
always
sign the
do
second
the
half while I
station.
say the first half.
I actually do the signs at the station every time that I say it.
The signs
Here's what
of
I
the
think
station.
they should do.
I made a
Put that
rosary
in
out
their
of
playbook.
I made a rosary out of anal beads.
How many signs of the station are there in your Christian religion? Now I knew Catholics did that. I didn't know other Christians did signs of the cross or stations of the cross.
Who are you talking
Isn't there some like weird number of them? There's like, well, in Catholicism, Stations of the Cross is a big deal. It's like the whole stage, I think that Mel Gibson made a movie about it.
Splat your back piece.
It's gonna be Mel Gibson's movies. I'm like, oops, sorry, never mind.
What's the next part of the show, Fid? Oh, nobody asked me my resolution.
What is it?
No, it's okay.
Right.
You guys go ahead.
Is it 640 by 800?
No, it's okay.
Fox.
We just go on. We can go on to the next
No,
bit. It's okay. No, I insisted. I brought it up.
You said
We should just
you wanted to be drawn.
I don't want to
impart. That was it.
Like my
You wanted to
feelings
be a
in the
bitch
situation
about it.
on
Okay.
you guys. I don't want you to.
Poor you.
I don't want to
Okay,
make it
look.
like it's your fault, but I would like to, I don't know, somehow initiate in yourself a belief that it was. So if I could
I'll tell you
convey
what.
that.
Crocs are more
I'll give the
expensive than
baby
you
his
would
bottle.
think.
I'll give the baby his bottle. What's your New Year's resolution, Fox?
To write my answer to this bit a week earlier next year.
Nice.
Oh, that's right. You told me that's what you're going to say. I should have known that to ask you.
Had it in
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Hey, I still got that bit in my notes from 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Do you think-
haven't busted the bit out yet, Peas. I've got a bit.
Do you think that
Did you
Crocs
remember?
would be
I
as
told him it's
expensive as
documented.
They are?
Everybody that listens to the show on youtube.com/hypercubego,
Like, you be a part of the bit?
they heard it. They know that the bit is in the can. It's ready.
But
It's not in the can. It is in the chamber. There's a bit in the chamber, Peas, and I don't know what to do with it. So I'm just holstering it. But it's a good one.
I'm glad I'm
All right,
doing
we still
this show
have-
laying down
We still have a lot of unfunny parts before we get to the
to
funny
get
parts.
through. Right, so let's get
My
going.
favorite part.
All right. Well, we're at line 45 of the show notes for those of you that are keeping along at home.
Caller 23.
And that line is blank. Line 46 says blind eyes, and line 47
45
is
is 23 more
hyphens.
than 22.
Line 48.
Radio instance upcoming. This is a radio instance.
Are you going to bail on us and start doing show with caller 23?
No, I just love caller 23. He's so good. He's awesome.
Sure.
Line 48 says, who's your blind eye, Peas?
I thought I said that guy who looks like Paul McCartney in Devo. Castell something? Gerald Castell?
He was in Devo.
Yeah. He's like 110 years old. What's he doing having babies? He's going to be like 94 years old, and that kid's going to be like 13 wanting to go to trampoline camp.
Yeah, the only reason Gerald Cabali even does anything is, he maintains the Devo persona to try and distance himself from the deep pockets he has within, like, the Epstein Foundation and the trafficking of goods and services that actually sustain his youthful vigor and his creative prose. Allegedly. I'm just saying I heard that from somewhere. I'm not saying it does or has those connections.
No, this is what people don't understand. Is in the Beatles,
Jerry.
Do you know in the Beatles where they said, "Oh, Paul died," and then there was like a new Paul? The Paul that died is Gerald Castle. Okay, and he moved to Ohio, and he got involved with Devo with Mossenberg and got Bob and the Subgenius and all that stuff. But that's why Kenny and Paul McCartney so much alike, because he's actually the German Paul. When the Beatles played at the Cavern and all that shit. He's that Paul. And when Paul died, they got the replacement Paul. Then that Gerald Castle became Gerald Castle in Ohio, and then John just started the team band.
Yeah, he paid off.
Know that.
Yeah, he paid off the National
You're getting
Guard.
too far away from your mic again. Peace.
Who is? I think that's impossible.
Put that Telefunken U-47.
No, you know what it is.
Your
You know what it is. It's the fucking NSA trying to interrupt my fucking feed because they don't want you to know that. And TikTok is trying to stop me from letting you know that Gerald Casale is Paul 1 from the Beatles. And that's why he looks so much like Paul 2, because the replacement Paul obviously had to look like the original Paul.
Is that how he met Mark Mothball?
I'm not sure that's how you pronounce his name. I think it's Mark Ball, but I could be wrong. I'm not really a big Devo fan. I like the fact that they had a monkey when they were kids, but I like the Beatles probably better than.
I don't have a blind eye.
How could you after that one?
Fox.
I'm giving him a pass. I'm giving him a blind eye for having that baby that, probably going to be not new. Do you have one? Dude?
I had one.
What was it? It wasn't mine, was it? I didn't steal it from you.
Well, no. I banged Tammy right before the sound check, and it scrambled my brains, and I forgot my blind eye.
It's Tammy.
Is Tammy okay?
She'll make it. She might not look the same, but
do you have a special lady friend?
She's gonna move the eye patch to the other eye for a week.
Yeah, I didn't write it down, and now I don't remember.
Shame on you. Sacred show sins.
Gerald Casale from the Beatles tells me you should always carry a notebook with you.
I used to do that.
I know, you're the one who told me to do it. You suggested that I do it.
The last temptation of the show. Write it down.
I started doing that, and I wrote down a whole lot of thoughts. But the problem was, then I had to go back and read them. And reading
some of them were dumb. It is.
So I couldn't read any of them, because that would make me a fag.
Well, that's what you Super Sphere guys get for thinking all the fucking time.
Yep.
Next time, just, do it the right way.
You keep thinking like that, next time you're going to look at hamburger and you're going to say, oh, that's trans filet.
This is my last show.
Nobody asked me who my blind eye was.
I did.
Who's your blind eye, Fox? You're going to give me an idea when you do yours.
Oh, I'm going to be inspirational with it. I was going to say our old sponsors. I turn a blind to them and say nay.
Magnavox.
Yeah, they weren't satisfied with the job that we were doing. They said that we were kind of like we were trying to overreach. We weren't really playing our demographic. We were kind of speaking to people
Odyssey,
people that
the
weren't
Odyssey
really
game console
coming
was
to them.
not getting the hit.
It kind of came down to they told me that we were attracting the kind of customers they don't want. That's how I heard it. That's how I heard it.
Do people still spend this money every month?
Absolutely. They do. And eventually we're gonna have to get to that part and apologize to all of them, Peace. But that's my blind eye. Did you? Who's your blind eye, Fid?
Juice. I guess.
You don't like juice? What kind? Apple, grape,
O.J.
cranberry?
Simpson.
Yeah, orange.
In particular, he definitely did.
Did you ever see that Practical Joke show where he would come out and be like, "You just got juice"? And the great part about it is like, you know, the practical joke didn't even really startle the person, but then they feel like they're going to get raped and murdered on camera. It's a fantastic show.
That is genius.
I'd like to make an addendum to that. That is real. And you can look it up on the internet. Just look up for O.J. Simpson's Practical Joke Show. Juice.
Hosted by Robert Kardashian.
And a brave patriarch.
Don't worry, I'll think of a blind eye before the end of the show.
What's the next line, Fid?
It's line 49. And
that's my favorite line.
Line 50 says hyphen paid copy hyphen. Line 51 is 12 hyphens. Line 52 is blank. Oh, so this is the read part of the show.
Yep, this is it.
Oh, we have a new sponsor this week.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe this is something that will be. Maybe this will be something that will, our fans, our friends. They're not just fans; they're friends. They're family to me. You beautiful creature. You. Won't you please consider this product?
I'm glad they don't know where I live.
Tell them about the product, Fid.
We're selling stuff.
All right, Peas, get your goddamn microphone closer to your pie hole, please.
Shut up.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that was not part of the read, for the record.
For the record.
All right. Line 52 is blank. Let's see if I'm too drunk to read this. Line 53 says, everyone knows I'm aficionado of fine cuisine. When not flipping fresh frittatas, I don't know food words because I don't like food, in my French-handled frying pan, or peppering my handcrafted party pickles with precious and precariously pursued Pakistani spices. Sometimes I find myself bored with trying to figure out which exotic dish to try to whip up next. Line 62 is blank. Line 63. That's where the big black smock comes in. I receive three pre-packaged pallets of semi-refrigerated foodstuffs every day, each one an exciting adventure in entrees. Blank, line 68. When I'm hungry, I just reach for a lukewarm big black smock and get ready to chow down. Just vigorously apply 1 stick of butter to the exterior food shaft and load you into your microwave for a patented 13 minutes. Big black smock meals are incredibly juicy, jam-packed with protein, and every one of our trademark 9-inch meal rods are filled with a gooey cheese center. Line 77 is blank. Line 78. If you're looking for something mildly turgid to wrap your greasy lips around, just drop to your knees in thanks, knowing that Big Black Smock is ready to tickle your tonsils. Line 82 is blank. Line 83. You can save 3% on your next 2-year subscription to Big Black Smock with coupon code PEACE. Line 87
Brought to you by the BBC.
Act now and receive the Big Black Smock straw, so you can suck one down on the road, under your desk, in court, at your nephew's baseball game, with your therapist, or a discreet lover, anywhere and anytime. Line 92 is blank.
Make lunch with your daughter.
Customers held liable for proper handling. Line 94 is blank. Line 95. Or you can get your degree in business management or accounting. Line 95 says Subgenius Court, so I think that's the end of the copy read.
That's pretty. That's pretty good, Fid.
Are they going to pay us? Was I too drunk? I stumbled a little bit.
Well, everyone just needs to submit to Big Black Smock's superior domination of the food industry and order now.
I think the BBC is going to like this.
We get a commission on the coupons, Fid.
It's coupon code PEACE.
Act now.
You know,
I got
a bone to pick with you, Fox. I got a boner to pick with you.
All right.
I think
801.
This live read, because Dr. Fox writes the show notes every week.
Right.
All by himself.
It's your job.
Takes hours.
And I just read them.
Right.
Not ahead of the show, of course.
Right. That would be stupid. That would be fucking stupid.
But
you idiot.
He introduced this live read bit.
Right.
And he buried it in the show notes. It's like near the end of the notes. And I'm convinced that the reason he did that is because he just likes listening to me try to read fast when I'm drunk.
Are you drunk?
Well, yeah, dude. I went and watched the Lesbians play quarter notes on Djembes earlier.
Right, but that, how drunk can you get that? I know you opened a beer when you got here to the show, and you're in Sub-Basement 14, but you're pretty fucked up, right? Is it pants shitting fucked up, or just like Vid Chuli fucked up?
I mean,
that sounds like you could wake up in some shit in the morning.
Speaking of pants shitting,
my brain's a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of pants shitting, that kind of does tie into to Subgenius Court. I think I'll drop trowel. Fid, you remember a few weeks ago, and Peace, you remember this too because you heard this show, and Dr. Ellis and Martha Artha filled in for you.
Did they?
If you remember. Yeah, they did a really good job, and they stood in for you. They stood in for you. Not very, but they stood in for you on Subgenius Court.
Oh. We were going to do that at X Day, but we didn't have time. Do you remember?
No, but we did it on the show, and it was great. I think it's my new favorite part of the show.
I wish you had listened to it. I wish I had.
Well, you know what, Fox? It's your lucky fucking day.
Because
wow, line 40, line 94 of the show notes is blank. Line 95 says Subgenius Court. Lucky boy. Just want to smack you in the face. You're so lucky. It's your favorite part of the show.
Sounds like he's
your
lucky.
Favorite part of the show.
I'm Mr. Lucky.
So should I keep reading the show notes, or do you want to set this up?
No, I'm like...
Line 96 is blank.
I'm going to go to sleep soon.
Put you out of notes. Well, we better get Pete. It's already like in post show mode because we did such a good job tonight. We didn't even have to get through all the notes. That meant that we did a good show, right? Isn't that how it works?
I'm waiting for the reviews.
But, well, I think at least one important thing to note is that according to the vote in last episode's Subgenius Corp regarding statutory vape laws, and that's vaping in areas only designated as non-smoking, the audience jury from last week voted that FID was not guilty of statutory vape.
Yes.
And
That means
so
if you're vaping somewhere where you're not allowed to smoke, people can go fuck themselves, right? Because I vape wherever the fuck I want.
in the case, yes, in the case of the people versus FID Chuli, you can now make that as an active referendum to state your case when violating, as the prosecution put forward, our rights.
Let's not forget, 90% of the whole not smoking movement was just so you could go up to a complete stranger and tell them what not to fucking do. And when everybody quit smoking, all those fucking busybodies got, man, now I can't tell people what to fucking do. So they try to start fucking pounding on vape people. Go fuck yourself. Look, I'm vaping right in front of you. Heavy metals right in my lungs. Now I have quit nicotine, vaping, everything. Since November 28th, I haven't had vape. I haven't nicotine. I still smoke prop.
There's nothing bad about that.
Right, that keeps you cancer free, as we've obviously proven. If cancer gets on me, I just have to cut that piece of cancer away.
You get an ashtray out and sprinkle shake on it.
Correct, and then you're fine. If you have some sriracha sauce and
that's how the Indians did it.
Yeah,
that's how the native Mexicans did it.
How the Comanche did it. Fucking fix you right up with some good medicine.
Yeah, Peace. I think you need to apologize for the show.
Huh? You know, I haven't done the show for a while because of
I know, that's why I'm telling you to do it now. So, so in 20 minutes, when you're almost done, we can tell you to do another 10.
Well, but see, I'm not going to do that long of an apology, and I never really apologize. I'm saying I'm not doing long enough, and I just wouldn't have anything to apologize about. And I can't apologize for my own shows. Mic placements or anything like that, but I can apologize that we still haven't seen the Time for the Show movie because that's going to be too exciting. I have a huge, massive boner just thinking about how awesomely funny it was and is, and how me and Finn Chuli really mastered the craft and the art of acting and became thespians. And we were sitting there like, Cosmac and Fox would be, moving the set and making things just so, while Finn and I were smoking and talking about how hot it was and watching them work in the shade of the van. Sometimes we'd sit in my Jeep with the air conditioner on and drink icy cold water. But, movie making, they make it out to be a lot harder than it is. I think that Finn and I would both agree that, from our standpoint, movie making was a lot of, good cigarettes. We told some funny jokes to each other. We had a really good time doing it. So, sorry you guys haven't seen that. And I did, and I suggest everybody else do it too. You should watch every episode of Skinwalker Ranch and the Treasure Mystery Island up there in Nova Scotia, so that you have all the background Knight Templar information that you'll need to understand the complex physical geolocation, ancient alien tie-ins that you'll see in the Time for the Show movie, because it's got levels of complexity. All shit is in the pants is not as it seems, and I'm sorry for that. But it's I'm hoping that I'm back. This is the first week I felt like I healed in the whole time I've been gone. But it could be the painkillers. I don't know. But thanks for listening. I'm sorry it was informative to quantum mechanics, but we've got a whole bunch of shows about quantum mechanics coming up. Well, who knows? Maybe they've already come up. Just haven't heard them yet to know about them. But that's our show, kids. You have a great time. I think that was a good apology. All right.
Okay, you can either do more apologies, or we can run through the proving grounds.
No, you good to prove. No, we should have done proving grounds before apologies. Now,
No, that's all. That's it. It's your choice.
no. All right, let's do proving grounds then.
It's my favorite part of the show. No, this is the way that it works.
Notes.
I get your notes because you had. I know, Peas, you were working so hard because you got an advanced copy of the proving grounds. And you were going to write hilarious commentary to tonight's selection of actual headlines.
Fuck the proving grounds. I don't like any of these.
All right, not them then. Good chill.
Are you kidding? I think I had one or two of them.
All right. Well, who's your proving grounds?
Oh, I liked Utah porn sniffing dog dies. Yeah, his nostrils got clogged.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. Hong Kong to lift hamster import ban. Surge in buffet restaurants likely.
Wasn't the Utah porn sniffing dog killed by the Church of Mormonism?
That sure is funny. Utah porn sniffing dog dies. Tens of people relieved.
Unicyclist travels from Maine to Florida for charity.
Good one, Fid. Unicyclist travels from Maine to Florida for bicycle charity.
For bicycle charity?
Yeah. See, it's funny because he's a unicyclist, but it's a bicyclist charity. So he won't even get any of the money.
Personally, it's a lifestyle choice that I don't really understand or encourage or
I'm
condone.
Suspicious of unicyclists, especially juggling unicyclists.
Old Nazi map sparks treasure hunt in Netherlands.
Netherlands quiet on the subject just
looking
post-war
for
goes away.
The original wooden swastika that Hitler was nailed to.
A piece of the true swastika of fucking Adolf Hitler. Ah, that's a scam of another time. We'll work on that one later,
Remember
boys.
when he said, "Forgive them, Father, for they are your chosen people."
They know nine what they do.
River of melted butter spills into Wisconsin Canal.
Clever angle
water quality improves immediately.
That's where I was going for it, but then I smells better.
It was either that or new secret cheese sauce discovered.
It's it's an edge. It's an edge on these a new angle of farm to table restaurants.
Yeah.
And so the fish that drown in the canal will come. Yeah, they'll come pre-buttered.
Schmelt's pre-buttered. Your schmelts are pre-buttered, brother.
All the butter is no. All the butter it was actually being it was passing through on its way from Vermont, and so none of the Wisconsin people will eat it.
Is that a thing? Is there like a rivalry between Vermont cheese and Wisconsin cheese?
Yes. Maybe I should have read the big black smock ad tonight. I'm
Maybe
a cheese
you
guy.
should have. BBC.
Well, that would defeat the purpose. The whole purpose of the live read is so that you can laugh at me because you know I'm drunk. Because I went and watched Lesbians play quarter
drunk?
notes on Djembes earlier. So you know I'm drunk. So you make this long fucking live read just to make me do it, just to see if I can get to the end without stumbling over myself too much. I know it's for your amusement. And you know what? I'm happy to do that for you.
It's definitely not because I like to write.
What did you drink at the bar, Fid?
I had
he finger banged one of the lesbians and filled the djembe with her gravy juices, and then
all these pickled eggs are mine.
I stomped on the lesbian cum to make wine out of it.
Oh, pickled eggs are mine. Back off.
And, yeah, it's also a good point to put out there that if you want to see lesbians playing djembes, you can see them in the Chattercube at what is it? The Discord. You go to the discord.hypercubego.com, and there's Fid's professional. I like Fid. I'd like to say that I appreciate that you did a widescreen landscape video and the portrait video that will be easier for, our growing Hypercube dick talk.
Well, maybe I learned something from going and doing the movie with you and Cosmac, huh? Maybe I picked up a few things, huh?
That's endearing.
Did you learn how to put a dick pic on Times Square?
Yeah, it was only 640 by 480. I remember your New Year's resolution.
That was so fucking funny. Dude, I was like,
did you apologize for that earlier?
I did, because it was too funny. And then Fox made it so much funnier by saying what a shitty resolution it was. And the only reason I used that resolution is because it was the only one I could remember off the top of my fucking head, because I'm so fucking old. Well, Fox said it was such a bad.
Yeah, you said 640 by 800. You made it 640 by 800. What are you using? Like a widescreen Tandy monitor?
It's like the worst.
Busting out your Radio Shack TRS or something like that.
It's the best, dude. So it was
You're
so funny.
Your Sears talking Computron.
Here's the thing. I'm worried to get up from bed and go to the bathroom after the show's over, because I'm worried I'm going to be bleeding from this stitches. That's how hard I laugh.
Yeah, because you were laughing so hard. Yet now you're critically injured.
I could be injured again. It might be a while for I have to show again, because I could have bad stitches, boys.
Well, Pease,
we still have one more Proving Grounds headline.
Yeah.
Hong Kong to lift hamster import ban. And now, here's the thing. You can't go with sales of funnels skyrocket in Hong Kong, because that's low-hanging fruit, right?
You go bat-weed, and just upset and demand protest. That's comedy, boy. That's comedy, boy.
Who's your Proving Grounds, Fox?
Oh, I made a joke about it earlier. I said buffets opening in Moss.
Do you know that in the olden days, condoms were considered better if they could be reusable?
Yeah, that's why they used hamsters.
Yeah, that's why they used goat condoms. I don't understand how goats were able to make condoms before people, but I guess that's what they're made out of.
Put your dick in a goat.
Yeah, and then put the goat
in your
inside
lover.
the woman.
Yes, your female companion.
I just used one of those plastic things at the end of a shoelace.
That's where the term "my chick is horny" came from.
I just yanked that plastic cylinder off the end of a shoelace and slip it onto my incredibly thin penis.
What if it's moist?
I want to misgender a homophobe.
You know, that's my blind eye. Because when I was at the bar,
Yo,
the
hey, you had an opportunity to do a blind eye and said you weren't fucking doing it. So now you don't get to come in here when Carrots is coming in here to bring me water bags and start willy-nilly jumping back 20 minutes into the fucking show into the fucking blind eye. We already did apologies. We already did the goddamn proving grounds. Wrap the fucking shit up. We're done, boys.
Wait, well, Peas, I mean...
What's the matter,
Fuck
Peas?
your blind eye.
You got to do a blind eye.
I gotta go see if I'm bleeding from all the laughing I did.
Just believe in your pants, Peas.
I suggest all of our listeners check their stitches too.
Yeah, be like Peas, everybody. Laugh until you bleed when you listen to...
There you go. That's our motto. That's our resolution.
He is murder.
640 by 800. Laugh till you bleed.
And then came up with during the cold open.
Blind eyes. Blind eye going back, motherfucker. Fuck, can you send your blind eye in an email next week?
You could at least read the names.
I already did apologize.
Well, that was like the pre-apology, but if it's the end, if you're ready to go, if you're ready to go, Peas, then do your apology and we'll wrap up the show.
I did my apology already.
That was what I don't think that wasn't really an apology because I don't even think I heard you say that you were sorry.
I'm looking at line 112 in the show notes, and it says Peas apologies. So that's what I'm going. That's
ready? Here we go.
Yes.
Sorry, bitches.
All right, Peas. I guess we'll let you go.
I guess we will.
Can everybody look forward to hearing from you next week?
You know, I'm hoping I felt better this week. And so I'm hoping that I'll feel better next week, even more better than I felt this week.
When are you going to shit your pants on air?
Well, I have not ever shot publicly. Not even like a Friday-esque shitting on the side of the house type of situation. I've always been able to find a water receptacle. Although
it's not about finding one. It's not about no, Peas. It's not about going to the bathroom. It's about shitting your pants.
Well, see, I try to avoid that. No,
it's like the difference between
take a stand on your stool.
When I was like 45, I thought I was going to be funny and fart while Pam was talking to me, and I farted, but it was liquidy, and it turned out I'd actually shot myself a little bit in the kitchen trying to make Pam laugh.
You weren't on air. There's no documentation of it.
Well, she can come in here and tell you, except she doesn't like to be on the show. She's actually not awesome. So, we discussed that.
All right, Peas. Well, we know you're feeling.
God damn it.
You're in recovery after your surgery.
Right.
You're not feeling like Tom Cruise right
now. It got a boo-boo belly.
You don't want to do the show anymore. I understand.
We'll let you go. We'll let you go.
It's okay. I mean, I get it.
I've already gotten 22 more bonus minutes of show than they normally get in a regular show week. And I got boo-boo belly.
We didn't even go through all the show notes.
And we didn't even do commercials or anything. Well, that's because Big Chewy.
No, we did. We did do the commercial. Don't you remember? We did the commercial.
Retard.
Yeah. Are you gonna have to apologize?
Didn't even do Patreon list. Didn't do Patreon list.
I told you there's more to do. There's more to do.
Yeah, but I'm all bagged out.
Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring.
I don't want a diamond ring.
I
don't like it. I don't like the diamond ring.
It's fine, Peas.
No, go ahead. Yeah, we get it. We get it.
Get out of here so me and Fox can do the funny part.
Oh, that makes me mad because I feel like the show should be over. There shouldn't be a show without Peas. like the show should just be done. And you guys are going to go on and do more show, and I don't think that's like leaving me in the desert. And you guys are like, oh.
You know what we need to do, Peas? I think you know. We need to combine our radio powers and bring the show to an end.
I am Captain Racist. Well, that's my favorite Ted character.
As most of you faithful listeners know, Peas is in recovery right now from some surgery, and he doesn't feel so great. He graced us with his presence tonight, and we are also happy for it. But if you want to make Peas feel better, you can become a patron of Time for the Show. How do they do that, Dr. Fox? And who is already amongst those?
Well, you can go to patreon.com/hypercube and sign up now for exciting tiered benefits inside of our Discord server, the Hypercom, accessible 24 hours a day at discord.hypercubego.com. These people help make the show possible. Subject to change, Bob South, Michael Marcus, Long Dead, Hazel of the Windmills, Caller 23, and Dr. Cosmac. If you want to help support independent farce, put your money where your mouth is. Go to patreon.com/hypercube. Pledge $1 and instantly receive an immaculate misconception of what is perceived to be popularity and status amongst your peers at discord.hypercubego.com. Fifth,
and don't forget, Peas is still recovering from surgery and he feels bad. So if you want to make him feel better, become a Hypercube Patreon, because we're definitely not above exploiting our friends' medical pain to get more patrons.
That list seems shorter than it used to be. Are you telling me like there's quitters amongst the listeners? Fucking quitters?
Well, we reviewed the membership in the beginning of fiscal year 2023, and we decided to separate the wheat from the chaff. You know?
Yes, these are all active patrons of payment cycle January 2023.
I would feel personally, if I was one of the Patreons, pretty stupid to have Patreoned this whole time and then stopped Patreoning right before the show climaxes at its funniest fucking height, which, as we all know, is like in the next few weeks. So for you to quit the Patreon, that joke's on you. I can't believe how funny that is. You quit right before the show got funny. You idiot! You dumbass!
Actually, I think they got out at just the right time. That's what
it was safe. It was totally safe. Yeah, I can't blame them. So
and
thanks to everybody.
Shout out to
wait for the show now, sponsored
and Michael
by
Marcus.
Bitcoin.
I think those are two new names.
Yep, they are.
They are longtime supporters. They've supported for over a year each.
Bitcoin.
Well, I'm gonna go kill myself now.
All right.
Time for the show is the Bitcoin
prove it.
future.
Oh wait, that means I have to queue up the theme song. Oh, this is my favorite part of the show.
You know what?
You play the theme song on the way out too?
Have hockey horn and some people clapping on some buttons next time.
Tell them who did the theme song, Fid.
The Kinks.
The theme for Time for the Show is a masterpiece that was created by the one and only Rubik's Cube of Buttfuck, Pennsylvania.
I guess that guy's
listening
okay.
to it now.
I guess that guy's okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Fid.
I think Pube's a Slavic.
Now my ears are ringing. What happened? Is anyone else getting like a high-pitched whine?
No.
Or is that just me and my tinnitus? That's my
Jesus microphone.
That's my new spoken word album, Dr. Fox, Me and My Tinnitus.
Tinnitus,
Dr. Fox. Dr. Fox wings the blues.
Yep, tinnitus, Dr. Fox's multiracial cousin.
The Tinnitus
There's
show.
no I.
Tinnitus Washington, correspondent from Tampa.
No, it's like a really high-pitched whining in my right ear, and it hurts. It's making a little vein in my eyeball pulse.
This is Tinnitus Washington from Tampa's Hurricane Observation Center. It looks like there's no hurricanes right now, so you all get back to what you're doing, getting Popeye's chicken and whatnot. You think that joke was racist?
Well, it better get more racist than that. We still have a minute and a half left of the theme song.
Not racist enough.
And then we have to do that cold end where we keep going for like 15 seconds after the song stops.
I wished I had a child. I would change their name to Tinnitus.
I'm watching a video of lesbians playing Djembes.
Lesbians playing quarter notes on Djembes.
You must be watching Netflix fucking documentaries.
Now, to be fair, they're actually
I'm waiting for Ted Bundy to come in.
I exaggerated. It's still horrible. The fact that it's eighth notes and not quarter notes does not save it whatsoever.
Her band name is Fists of Fury.
Fellas, we still have 40 seconds of theme music to talk over.
Well, what's great is because this bitch is playing quarter notes, like the 14-second clip that you made loops perfectly.
What a great band name. This bitch is playing quarter notes.
I cut it off right on the face.
Yeah. There was a game where you could decide if something was a band.
Got the beat.
What if there was a game where the show was funny?
Yeah, fucking that's not even conceivable. In all the universes in the Marvel, there's no show is funny.
Well, the theme song just ended. This is the part where we keep talking for like 20 seconds.
This is my favorite part of the show.
To bring it back down.
cereal after this? Everybody who's going to have cereal after this, raise their hand.
Oh, I didn't say thank you to freethinkradio.com and Dr. Ellis and Martha Arthur for running the station. I really appreciate those guys.
You could dub it
Go ahead
later.
and do it.
Thank you, Dr. Ellis and Martha Arthur at freethinkradio.com.
That's right. Say it again and mean it this time.
Yeah, not like that half-assed fucking thing you just phoned in.
Dr. Ellis and Martha Arthur at freethinkradio.com. Thank you.
Your thoughts are on our minds.
No, we don't think, Peace. The whole bit.
We could listen to what I said. Your thoughts. So their thinking are on our minds. We're not thinking because we got other people's thoughts in our minds. God damn it, dude. Why is this
That's right.
explained?
Let your thoughts be on somebody else's mind.
Yep. Let them worry about you for a change.
Don't think. It stresses me out.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled Free Think Radio programming.
This is exactly how Free Think